Hi,
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome to the TTD.
Thank you for having me.
Good. What's been happening in your life?
Hey, ra bereka bathong.
Yeah.
And I have like a 2-year-old boy who's extremely active.
Naughty two.
Terrible
I've,
twos.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Twice.
So yeah, it's literally motherhood, work,
Yeah.
business. Yeah, we're just trying to balance everything out.
Cool.
Yeah.
You got one kid.
Boy.
I've got two. Oh boy. He will keep you busy for a while. Are you planning to have a baby girl? As if there's a formula, as if you press a button.
Not that I have anything against girls. I think I've always been wanted to be a boy mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Well, me as a man, I don't mind as well. Fortunately, I have, two boys. My wife is happy. She feels like a queen.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 years old.
2, yeah, he turned 2 in
How was
May.
it becoming a mother?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Like at the beginning, my pregnancy was really bad, and then I think from month 2 going to the very last month, I was very active. I didn't even look pregnant. I mean, I was, but like I did, yeah, I looked really good.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was good having the boy. Budzeti, I didn't like that because I was in the house for a very long time, and I'm a people's person.
How long? Do you tend to?
Was
to
it
do
3
thing-
months? Budzeti ki 3 months mo bojana.
Oh, okay.
So I was in the
it
house
took
for like 3 months. Yeah, but
Well, I've seen, in recent years, 3 months is like,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen often. People, they give birth today, next week they're at
yeah.
work.
No, but the support I got during my pregnancy and post Budzeti, like it was 100%.
Yeah.
I got a lot of support from close family, my mom, my friends. So I didn't really feel like, hey, I was just okay.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I first met you a couple of years ago. We were working on a project.
Yeah.
A musical project, the Hatsa Fatso.
Yes.
And how has the music side of you been? I haven't seen you, and don't ask me the same question.
Hey, I'm going to throw it back at you.
Yeah, how has that disappeared? Is that resting? Is it?
It's not disappearing. Listen, I will always be a musician. I love music. I'll always love music. But I think over the years, priorities sort of, pushed me into like different life, pushed me into different directions. So I think the music aspect has been paused a little. It will. I mean, I know someday, somewhere, something will happen, and I'll go back into it.
Yeah.
But I still love music.
Love music. Generally, you love music.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the atmosphere and music, particularly gospel music in Botswana? How do you view it? How is it? Is it growing? What's your opinion?
I generally think we're getting there. Like I don't want to say I'm such an optimistic person. Like I always believe there's always room for improvement. Like in as much as people are always complaining, gospel music industry, really. But we genuinely have amazing gospel singers in our country.
There's talent.
There's a lot of talent. You see the likes of there's a lady called Sasame. She does really well. Bubu Itepo, Bushinki. Those people are, they're doing really well for themselves and just for the music, the gospel music industry in itself. I genuinely think we're getting like the level it's spiritual praise like we were.
No, I totally agree with you. The talent is there. I think for me personally, one of the things that always hold me back is quality. When it comes to quality music, I don't like to compromise.
Yeah.
And I sometimes feel like, a lot of people rush things over. The thing with music is you record a song, it's there forever. And you can't really, you can re-record a different version, but if you've recorded something that's not good quality in the first place, always go and, not a lot of people understand how far that can go and what reputation you can get from that. So
I think the question also would be, how far are you willing to go as a musician to give people quality?
Yeah.
But we love nice things, we love good things, we know quality. When we see quality, we know it. So I think it would be, you'd be doing injustice for yourself and for the industry if you, how shangudisa, you know, no, I just want to sing and just get the album out there or get the music out there.
Because people will realize, this person is not.
There's a lot of investment that needs to go into that.
Wow, beautiful, cool. I hope to go back. So as a Christian, what do you think about people who do secular music, both secular and Christian music? do you prefer someone to stick to, because when you talk of genres, there's different, gospel does many genres, but what is your opinion about, a Christian singing about love, singing about other things?
My thing is, what is the motive, behind whatever music that I feel like if you're to sing gospel, understand your motive for singing gospel. Why are you doing it, right? And then if you now decide, okay, now I want to start singing love songs or love, romantic music. What is the motive behind that, and what message are you sending out to people?
Okay.
Because I think I think the question is also, are you doing it for money, or are you doing it for ministry? Music, I've been called as a worshiper. I've been called as a musician to advance the kingdom of God. So if that is your line of work, then stick to it. You don't want to, confuse your audience. Album or gospel.
But tell me, what if it's good motive? Because I believe there's music that's good that we call secular. It doesn't speak against God. But it doesn't also speak about preach. It doesn't preach. What do you think of that kind of music? Like jazz. A lot of people listen to jazz. I listen to jazz. I listen to all sorts of music.
I listen to all sorts of music.
But when you talk of motive, do you mean like it should be a personal conviction you have by yourself before you get out there?
Are you doing it for money? We
do a lot of things for money.
Yeah,
you know that?
I know. Are you more businessing? How more businessing, then you can literally do whatever
anything.
it is. You can do anything
I see
that
where
you.
But
How you're like, this is my work, and I'm going to sing whatever genre I feel like singing because I love all these many different genres. Then do it. It's what you love. You're making money out of it. But now, if you have branded yourself as a minister of the gospel. That's where the confusion now comes in to say, what do you want people to, who is your audience, and what communication are you saying to your audience? So you are a gospel musician, so you are this. So I think just allow people to just move away from
to get you
yes.
What
also,
is it about
I just remembered there was a post of someone on Facebook. This person dira so many things like multi-talented.
Jack of all trades.
Yes, but this person branded themselves in a different way. Like the first time, okay, this is what this person does. This kind of music. And then Gamoso would sing videos of himself or herself dancing. So you move from singing to now dancing, to now becoming a public speaker, to now becoming... So you see where the confusion is. And I remember a lot of comments were, the person is complaining or they're not getting... the followership, the followership and the likes.
So they're trying to grow the audience.
Yeah. So a lot of people were commenting to say, listen, we don't know what you're about anymore. Like initially you had branded yourself in this manner, and we followed you because of that, because of your singing, right? This is what we loved about you. This is how you introduced yourself to us and your audience. this is why we fell in love with you. And then now you moved from singing to now dancing. Now you move from dancing to being a public speaker or to making shoes or whatever.
Do you know what? It's interesting that you're talking about that. So we can term it branding, right? How you brand yourself.
Yeah.
But tell me, sometimes I struggle with what to use different social platforms for, because there's several, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times on TikTok, it's more entertainment. When you get to LinkedIn, it's more professional.
Yeah.
You can see even the way I'm talking professional. And then when you get to Facebook, it's more about what's happening, hey, who did this, who did that. But what you're saying is, if I'm a singer, I'm an artist, and my brand is Gamo, the artist, right? And I what I do is sing, and then on TikTok, I do my personal things. Are you saying that's destroying my brand? How do you differentiate where I'm just me, not my brand, and my brand? Or are you saying if you're going to have a brand, be consistent throughout the platforms?
Yeah, I think consistency really plays. You need to be consistent.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you are yourself, say you're on your TikTok platform.
Yeah.
You can't be yourself outside of
what we know.
Wanchar.
Okay.
Outside of the brand Gamo.
Yeah.
You need to maintain the brand Gamo even if you are yourself. Wanchar. Even if you're playing you're out with your family and your kids and it's a relaxed Sunday, la braya la laring. That's Gamo outside of work, Gamo outside of Gamo being in the studio, that's Gamo with his family. It's still on Guru. You must always be on brand. What's what?
We must always be on brand.
Hey.
That's powerful. So what you're saying is you can do other things that you do, but you don't have to show everything.
Yes.
Even
absolutely.
though that's you. Go what I do with my kids. I have to pick what is it that I want to show outside.
Yes.
But doesn't that bottle you up? You know, I understand where you're coming from. When I say bottle you up, I'm talking about, you know, when people see me as this, you know, professional guy on LinkedIn and they don't see, you know, the light side of me, the fun side of me, they will always look at me as that kind of a person.
Yeah.
And if we can get into, you know, some other event where I show myself differently, are they gonna get confused? Because, you know, it's like, I'll give an example of, you know, it's quite off a bit. So, you know, when people are drunk,
yeah,
we say this is the real person, but they do funny things. It's like tomorrow you are regretting what you did.
Yeah,
you know, and you really wish that you know you shouldn't have portrayed yourself like that. But that's you. How long are we gonna hide? Why should we hide to the public's eye? I understand what you're saying about brand, but how can you really craft it? You know, to hide this side of it. It's like telling half the truth.
I mean, the thing is, we need to learn how to separate our everyday lives from social media.
Okay.
You can't.
It seems like people's everyday life.
No,
Okay.
we don't show everything on social media. Honestly, like for the most part,
But
I
do
know
you
a lot.
agree with me that people do? They show everything.
They do.
People
We think they do.
Okay.
I mean, okay, let's talk about influencers. Influencers, we think they show us everything, but they don't.
Yeah, they always show the nice side.
They always show the good side, and you know, they will never. One thing I know about influencers is they will give us literally 30% of their life, which is okay. You know, we don't owe everyone our lives. Like, I don't owe anyone showing, you know, I only started posting my son on social media when he had turned a year. Yeah, literally.
It was your personal choice.
Yeah, like it was my personal choice.
Were you not burning to post him?
No, I wasn't.
Before then?
I wasn't. I would post him on my WhatsApp statuses because I get it's my
people
small
that
community,
know you,
right?
yeah.
I'd post him on my WhatsApp statuses, but hide his face with an emoji. Yeah, so it was always, I think, yeah, maybe yes, I was burning to post him.
Yeah.
You know, but just, yeah, getting that.
Because I think we generally post things that make us feel a certain way. If I'm happy, I'm at this place, I post.
Yeah.
And then if I feel like I went to this event, I post. But I think generally we don't really know what to post, especially our personal, you know, activities. So then we tend to say, is this one? Because I don't post a lot. I even my WhatsApp, my WhatsApp is either the podcast or some event that I want to help advertise. But generally, Hela, I think we don't really know how to use social media as people.
People just yeah.
So I want us to go back a bit. Where you started. You are the director of Women Evolve. Can you take me through a journey of how Women Evolve started?
So Women Evolve BW, we started in 2019, launched in 2019, March 2019. So I'll just backtrack a little.
Yeah.
I've always been very passionate about women empowerment, just having real life conversations with women. I've always been very passionate about that. So backtrack a little, so we launched in 2019. I was at UB from 2010 up until 2014. And then there was an organization, before Women Evolve came, there was an organization called Warrior Women. And what this organization basically did was, it was still, spearheaded by myself. We started, my friends, guys, we need something for women, something just to sit down as women and just talk and pray together and share the word of God together. Because I get for those that don't know, I'm a preacher's kid. Yes, you might not know that. Okay. So I grew up in the church. My principles have always been, tsamudimo and so because of my love for God and my love for people, my love for women in particular, I decided, let's do this. Let's have this women's fellowship, We're young, we're at UB, we're on fire for God. And then I asked one of my friends, should we do it? I said, yeah, sure. Let me tell my other friend to come. So this is really three. Came, met at my parents' house for prayer, fellowship, and then we talked about just real life issues, what we go through, just navigating life together as women, right?
Joel was part of it.
Of course. Of course.
All right.
And then it moved from Rimitarli 3 to now inviting other people. So from 3 to 7 people, and then 10 people, and then 15, and then we went to as far as 50. Would have 50 young ladies come for this fellowship. So now, because obviously we can't be a lot in my parents' house, we decided to now move the fellowships to Koyubi, because majority of us Neritsana Koyubi. Yeah. So some would actually come from BAC, because it was close, I get it, from BAC, from other institutions to join us. So we had these fellowships every Friday, just behind the business block.
Okay.
We would meet every Friday. I think it was during lunch.
Okay.
So somebody classing, we always looked forward to these things.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, always looked forward to how much classing. Just oh my gosh, I can't wait for 1:00, so I go to this Warrior Women Fellowship. So what we did is just to fellowship, like I said, we met every Friday, prayed together, shared the word of God together, encouraged each other, and just spoke into each other's lives and just helped each other navigate, like I said, navigate life and just ribuaka real life issues. I've always been big on conversation and just having meaningful conversations with like-minded women to say, guys, we're not going to be in school forever. We're not going to be in varsity forever. There's a world out there that's waiting for us, and we need to be ready for that world. We need to be ready for influence and impact and so then we moved from, so that was that, from, I think it started in 2013, this fellowship. 2012 or 13, somewhere there. So from 2012, 13, 14, we graduated, and now people are moving into the world. We're adults now. Now, that was then. And then I'm going to skip from 2014 to where now we stopped because we had other, we had work, we had other commitments. So we couldn't necessarily meet every Friday because yeah. So then from 2014, we moved. We did try to meet halele where we could, like when we during when we during the holidays would say, guys, it's been long, can we do this thing? And then but then it wasn't as consistent as when we were in school. So then fast forward to 2019. The passion is still there, the love for women is still there, and then I decided, you know what, let me do this thing. And at the time I didn't have it. Right now I have a team that I work with for my, Women Evolve. But at the time I had no team. It was just me and God, basically, and I said to God, I was like, God, we haven't been doing this thing for years, but now I want to come back and do it. Right? And then that's when I decided, okay, Saturday, March, I think it was on the 30th of March 2019. And then I sold tickets. This was it was my second event. I had an event, I think in 2014, So
the dream has always been
it's always been there. Yes, it's always been there. Always, loved, coming. Setting up these events, Tabasadi and stuff. So this was my second big. I would say Tarare was my first big event. Right? Yeah. So I sold tickets to this event, and obviously, event planning will never be easy. No matter how many times you've done it or how new you are to it, it will never be easy. So obviously I experienced or encountered challenges here and there. Also, I was going through a very difficult time of my life at the time. So there was a lot of, are you sure you want to do this? And I remember the day before, I'll never forget this, and I always share this when I talk about, the start or the launch of Women Evolve. The night before we launched this organization or this movement, I cried. I was like, God.
What were you scared whether it would be successful?
I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed because, like I said, I was going through a personal thing in my life, and also, but tickets were bought. Tickets were bought, and I just felt like, is it really happening? Really? Like, is it going
mixed emotions.
Mixed emotions, fear. I had thoughts about, who do you think you are? Why are you doing this? Just stop this whole thing. You're going to embarrass yourself, Imposter syndrome. So, night before, I said to God, I'm done. I don't want to do this thing. I'm literally prepared to send people back their monies. I think a ticket was 300 pula at the time. I was like, I'm ready to send people back their money. I don't want to do this. And I said, I'm not ready. And he said, I am. And I've been ready.
Wow.
So that really affirmed me when God literally said to me, I've been ready for this. I know you feel like you're not ready, but I am ready, and we're going to do this. That's when I picked myself up and said, you know what?
I'm
doing this. Come what may. So we had the event, very successful, and I'm glad, when I look back, I'm glad I didn't cancel it, because when it's been 5 years now of Women Evolve, and I see the amount of growth and impact that we've had in women's lives.
But then in 2019, you didn't know something crazy was on the way.
Absolutely.
So initially it was supposed to be every year. How did that, hurdle of COVID try and destroy that dream?
COVID did a number on us. Because when you start something, the momentum is already high, and you want to keep doing it, over constantly. And then, so the plan, when I did it, I knew, even at the event, we were talking with the ladies that were there. Oh my gosh, Kama, thank you so much for this platform. Thank you so much for creating something like this for us to just be vulnerable and talk as women. They were really this is the best thing. A lot of them were like, this is the best thing that's happened to me. I've never attended an event in Zinyana, And they were, the main encouragement was, we really hope this could be an annual thing. And I was like, yeah, that's the plan, you know. So I knew in my head, even after the event, I'm like, yes, I'm doing, but like, Mari, we can't wait for next year. Even when I was posting, you know, post-event content, people would comment and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed it, or I'm so glad I came, I can't wait for the next one. So it had always been on the pipeline. And then COVID happened, we were supposed to have it March 2020. I get it. COVID happened, we couldn't have it. And then we're like, okay, maybe 2021 would have it, but we still had the aftermath, COVID. So we couldn't have it still. And then 2022, we still had, I remember when we came back to say we're doing this in 2022, we still had both social distancing. Because I remember, we still had those social distancing things.
So you couldn't really have it.
Wearing a mask. At the time, mask, but it wasn't like as strict as it was before.
The year before,
like they were easing the restrictions.
Okay. And where was I'll come back to why you closed men out. Where was is it Precious Memoirs?
Yes.
Where was it at that time?
So Precious Memoirs was still there.
Okay. So it had started as well.
It started before Women Evolve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it. But the focus of Women Evolve has it always been the same since 2019?
Yeah.
Because you talked about, you had fellowships at university. Then you actually launched Women Evolved. At that time, wasn't just focusing on, the spiritual journeys. You shifted into women empowerment. Where was the shift exactly?
I can't really say it's a shift. It's just adding on to, because we still, like, I'll never not talk about the foundation of Women Evolve being God. The foundation of Women Evolve, BW, is God, and it will always be God. And I can't take God out of the equation. Like, even when we talk women empowerment and when we talk Bobereka Mosadi and, equipping ourselves as women to shatter glass ceilings and ensure that we are women of influence and impact, I can't take God out of that equation. Like, it would be the biggest disservice to myself and to the women that I want to serve.
So let me put you on the spot. I guess, organizing the event, there's men helping you, but on the actual event, there's no men. Am I correct?
You are very correct.
Why are they
It's excluded? Women Evolve.
Where is Men Evolve?
Listen, this conversation always comes up all the time. Listen, if you want to be helped to start a Men Evolve organization, I'm there to assist. Okay.
This is a question I posed to a lot of my guests. Sometimes I feel, most of the time, I feel like, young men, we leave them behind.
We do.
My question is solely coming from that. I'm a grown man now. I don't need to. I've passed the stage where I need, to be mentored, how to become a man, and all of that. We are winging it. We're going right along. But it's something that really concerns me, and I'm not putting the responsibility on you. I know your focus is clear, but I still feel like, the young men that you are raising, we need things like this to speak to them and focus on them. So that's why I'm asking that question.
I know, and I truly understand. Like, we always talk about, Little Nice Basadi, we always talk about how there's always these women empowerment events, and it's, it's all good, nice and good for us, as women.
Beautiful,
And then, unfortunately, I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately, we go back to homes to men that aren't empowered. And then there's always that disparity. Why are the men being left behind? But the question now is, what are the men doing to, because we are doing these things to empower ourselves. What are the men doing to empower themselves? Are they waiting
Don't you think women have a responsibility to empower young men?
I mean, we do, and for me, I would say it starts at home. you know.
Absolutely.
Mo Botswana kana, I don't know if this, I might be wrong, but the statistics, there's about over 60% of female-headed households in Botswana. And you can imagine, like we cannot not be empowered, or we can't not empower ourselves, because we go back home to bana ba eleng gore we need to fend for. We're doing that because there's kids back at home that need to be fed. There's kids back home that need to be raised in a conducive environment.
Absolutely.
And that is mainly the woman's responsibility. But we're not saying banna re ba kgapela ko ntle, you know. We also want to bring men into the equation to say, how can we partner as monna le mosadi? How can we partner as monna le mosadi in not necessarily in the home, but in society, you know, to build homes and to build legacies and economies.
So let's talk about empowerment, right? What do you guys discuss in these events? I hope it's not secrets.
No.
What is it that you actually I think we use the word loosely, women empowerment, and it means different things to different people. But what are really the key ideas that you guys discuss in this? I know you've sort of already started talking to some of them, but let's briefly talk about what women are looking for in this type of events, this type of camaraderies. What is it that you guys are talking about?
I mean, empowering women is a broad thing. Like, you can't empower a woman in one sitting. There's a lot to talk about. Talk about family. It affects anything and everything that affects a woman. Anything and everything say ama muthu wa mme. Our family, marriage, raising kids, finances. Because we actually try to theme our events now, like where we have women involved in finance. And we literally just focus on demystifying finance. As a woman, how do you become financially free? How do you save? How do you, trust fund? How do you open a trust fund? And why are trust funds important for a woman? We talk about this year's theme we had was women involved in STEM. STEM is known as a male-dominated industry. So now we're moving away from terming things as male-dominated, because now women are stepping up to the party, you know. So we're saying this year STEM, we were getting women that are doing things in STEM, women who are scientists, women who are in tech, women who are in mathematics and science and whatnot. So the conversation is really about what is our role in all of this? How do we work STEM? How do we work finance? Next year's theme is women involved in business and leadership. So we're going to be talking all things business. We're going to be talking all things leadership. What is our role as leaders, as women leaders in our communities? What is our role as a leader at home, as a leader in the church, as a leader in corporate, as a leader, as a business leader, an entrepreneur? You have employees that you are helping feed their families. So those are the things that we talk about. Everything.
That's beautiful. One of the things that you talked about is finances, right? Women and finances. Where do we get the notion that women know how to use money? Is that your sentiment?
Absolutely.
Where do we get that? I know you speak for yourself. I wish there was a man here to counter.
Not necessarily speak for myself. I'm not necessarily speaking for myself. I mean, when you look into history of, like I said, families were primarily female-headed. Mosadi o tshwanetse gore ha ile gore your family ha gona rre mo teng, mosadi o tshwanetse gore a itse gore go lomaganya akere o tshwanetse gore a itse gore bana ba ja eng, bana ba sekolong ba tsamaya ba jele ba tlhapile ba reng she's left no choice, especially in our African households, where we find in our households basadi ke bone ba ileng gore they're in the forefront. So they are literally left no choice but to be financially cognizant. How do I save? How do I manage the little that I have? How do I go out? That's why we have women that literally go out, and we term it hustle. I don't like the word hustle, but a hustler,
Okay.
They wake up in the morning and, they're out there in the kiddie street vendors. They're selling miroho, because they literally they have themselves to do it. They don't have, they can't wait on a man to come and assist them because so they have to think of ways in which to empower themselves and to empower their families. You can't afford to go back home. Yeah, you can't afford to go back home and fold your arms or there's nothing I can do. You need to work because you have a family to feed.
Yeah.
So I think it goes back to that re godile re itse gore mosadi ke ena a tshwarang lelapa ene gore ha a tshwara lelapa ana gore ke ena leng good with finances. I don't know. I may be wrong, but
for the record, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I just hear it, being said oftentimes that not for I had a guest there, Tiamo, he's an author. He affirmed the same thing and he gave examples that were quite convincing. So what else do you discuss? In terms of women and leadership, do you think a woman can do any role that a man can do?
I think so.
Really?
Why not? I genuinely believe. I mean, if we have women right now, if we have women in tech, women who are engineers, engineer. Mining. I remember there was a story of the lady who this big truck mining. There was something that was.
I hope you don't absolutely think, because I'll give an example. There are certain instances where you need a man's help.
Oh, absolutely.
We agree.
Yeah. 100. Okay, can I interject on that?
Yeah.
Let me just make it clear.
Yeah.
I always, and my friends also know this, I always vouch for banna guys. Like we can't, mosadi without the help of a man, even if it's not like a romantically, but men, guys, wow. Like we absolutely, I don't imagine us living a life without banna. Like men are very resourceful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, we fall there. But General, do you think, and this is quite a random question, but it's related to what we're discussing, right? Do you think women are angry at men? What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know because I don't know. I can't relate. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, do you know why we seem to be angry at men? Why are men killing women? I think that's just
That's bad.
Yeah.
Why are men killing women?
Yes, like I think that's the cry. A lot of women currently. Why are you killing us? Why are you beating us?
I'm not justifying it, but there's a reason, right? Even though it's lame.
Not justified.
There is a reason. You guys talk about how women provoke men. What is your opinion? Is it because I think it's a big thing? It's a big thing because some things seem small, but when you look at things that can happen because of a certain word, because of a certain action that you did, I'm angry, so I'm gonna swipe all of his credit card. Do you guys discuss these things? Do you? Because and I'm not saying if you haven't discussed them, you're not doing a good job. My point is, sometimes I feel like, women are angry at men, and men are angry at women. Let me put that on the record as well. But there's a big problem that we need to have women come together and say, really, what's the problem? Why are we being killed? Yes.
No, I think it's a conversation that needs to be had by men. I really strongly believe this is a conversation that men need to sit down and ask themselves, how did we get here? Like I listen, there's always misunderstandings in relationships and, in families and whatnot, but resorting to kill someone, I think that's a bit extreme. And
it's
men,
extreme.
men genuinely need to have that conversation to say, what can we do to mitigate this thing? And how do we address this thing?
That's why I'm asking you that question. Why are women angry at men?
Because of that. because of the fact that
men can't just be angry at women. And I want us to discuss women today, okay?
I don't like this topic.
I'm asking you because the sessions that you have, I guess you look at, you've mentioned it, you're looking at issues that are there. Issue of GBV is big. Is big in Botswana, everywhere is big, right? But like I'm saying, sometimes the reasons why a man committed a particular crime is lame. Let's take an example of what happened a few weeks ago. This man went into an office at UB and took this woman's life. And he didn't just do that. There was something that was happening before. There was, I had stories. I didn't follow the story properly. But my point is, it's not a discussion that is supposed to be had by men only and not only women. You understand? Everyone should have the discussion.
Okay,
but I think a problem.
There is a problem. Tota, it cuts across both genders, for women and for men. I think the main thing to really look into is our emotional intelligence for both ourselves and for men. What level of emotional intelligence do we have? How, as a woman, do you? Because we talk a lot. So
provoke by
we provoke men by talking. So are we able to have that emotional intelligence to say now's not the time? You read the room. You read the room. If you are having an altercation with your partner and you say, I might have said words that I shouldn't have said, then that's your opportunity to now retract and walk out or whatever. Same applies for the guy. They also need to learn how to, apply emotional intelligence.
Exactly.
And just to
precisely,
if you feel walk away until emotions are down. I really think it's deep. It's so deep now. Like there's a deep issue and a deep problem that needs to be addressed together. Like I don't think we can separate this issue. It's unique to men or it's unique to women. It's something that we both need to tackle together and establish ways in which we could mitigate and to stop all of this. Like it's unfortunate.
Absolutely. So let's shift back to the business of events, right? You were going to tell me how you started. Is it Precious Memoir? How did it start and what was the focus there? Because I know it's really big. When you talk about, I heard this from Kevin O'Leary. He's an American businessman that one of the reasons he makes money is because he invests in people's emotions, and weddings is a big part of it. How did Precious Memoir start? What is its focus?
Started in 2017. Just shortly after I got married at the time. So I was looking, when I was preparing to get married, there was a fabric bouquet. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a bouquet made of fabric.
Okay. Yeah.
So so it's very unique, very nice, and I really wanted it for my wedding.
Yeah.
So I was searching around, kibata. No, because I Boineelo Palai a fabric bouquet around. The only place I could get it was from Cape Town, and Cape Town was far.
Yeah.
Cape Town.
You can order just one.
Yeah,
It's
there's no time. I need to, fast track this whole thing. So fast forward, I then decided. Actually, I was sitting with a friend of mine. And she's like, "Why don't you make one for yourself? Just go on YouTube." And I'm like, "Brilliant!
Yeah.
That's a good idea." Went on YouTube and then I searched how to make fabric bouquets, right? And I literally sat down and learned how to. I bought everything that I needed to get to make this thing.
Yeah.
Pearls and fabric and what. I did it, and we're good to go. I had a fabric bouquet for my wedding. Fast forward I don't even remember when it was, 2017, I think.
Yeah.
Now I decided, listen, I think my friend is like, oh my gosh, your bouquet was very nice. I think you need to take pictures of it and post it on social media, see if people would be interested. Lo and behold, people were like, what's that? That's really nice. And I had my first bride.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I don't even have a Facebook page, and you're already.
This is a business.
Yeah. Okay, sharp. I did it, and then, so initially we were just focusing on doing fabric bouquets, right?
Okay.
So then I started my page on Facebook and one on Instagram, and that's how we built our clientele, right? So now we moved from just selling bouquets, a client would come in and say, "Oh, you only sell bouquets. Don't you have wedding gowns? Don't you have veils, right?" And then I saw, okay, there's an opportunity there.
They're giving you ideas.
They're giving me ideas, right? And I mean, for every business person would tell you, Jorge, the main you want to address a problem, or you want to, when you go into business, you are addressing a problem, or you are meeting people where there's a need, right? You're addressing a need.
Yeah.
So we kept on, okay, there's an opportunity there. So then I introduced wedding gowns. So now I went to providing wedding gowns for my clients. Wedding gowns. Unaleti wedding gown. And then obviously wedding gown is on my levee, so it was wedding gowns. You only have these, don't you have the bridesmaids robes and the bride robes, the silk robes when we glam up? And I was like, another opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So then I introduced them as well, and then from there we introduced your whole satin loungewear, your pajamas, your stuff. So then the business grew, right? 2018, 19, the business is growing. 2020,
again,
COVID. This big
monster
called COVID hits, right? That means there's no weddings. So now, also I had also introduced wedding planning services.
Okay.
Now they kept asking, do you only provide all of this? How the wedding planning and Mali coordination, and then that's how. So literally every aspect of the business of introducing all these different product offerings was because someone had asked, do you not offer this? Yes. So then I also introduced wedding planning. So Hakele, I remember towards the end of 2019, there was a wedding that I was planning that was happening in beginning of 2020 March, right? So we're literally right in the smack of planning this wedding, deposits paid, and we're literally calling and finding suppliers and meeting with the bride and the groom, Then COVID hits. What does this mean for me? I need to give this bride back her deposit.
Oof. And we've already used it.
Yeah.
In the business.
We've already used it in the business. We don't have, I was literally left with no choice but to give, because everything was indefinite. We don't know when weddings are coming back. We don't know how
so
then yes, I need to give her back her money.
Yeah.
So then business was affected in that regard. Yeah. But this is where now I maximized and leveraged on the satin loungewear. Right? Akira people are celebrating kulaping, they're taking pictures, more like being celebrating birthdays and what. But they want to look nice. They want to look cute and cozy in the satin loungewear.
Yeah.
So now this is where that side of the business grew, where people just wanted. This is all that they needed at the time. They were just home, I guess. Fast forward to, and then now we're back to
22, 21, 22.
Yes, up until now.
Yeah. How is it doing now?
I mean, it's doing quite well, but I will be honest to say because I got so busy with work and with Women Evolve BW, so now I didn't really give that side of my other business a lot of time, but now we've come back. Yeah.
Can you tell me about the way that you grow your brand? Women Evolve BW has grown dramatically, and you're in a precious moment. You're very good at growing a brand. What really goes into making a brand what you've made Women Evolve to be?
Consistency. I mean, you can't grow anything without being consistent. You need to, I always tell people, when God has given you a gift, you need to be a very good steward of that gift. Whether it's singing, if God is giving you that gift of singing, you need to do it to the best of your ability. If God gives you the gift of Women Evolve BW, or said, coming up with these women empowerment events, you need to do it to the best of your ability. Literally give your everything, your sweat. When you sleep at night, you dream, how can I make this better? I've always been not a perfectionist, but I've always been borderline I think borderline perfectionist, where I just want things to be done excellently. I believe so much in excellence. Like most of I'll always talk about God in everything that I do. And when you look at the way He is in His Word and how perfect and excellent His work is, you, as a child of God, you can't afford to do mediocre. When you do mediocre, you misrepresent God. So I've always been of the firm believer that everything that you do, you are a good steward of it, and you nurture it. You treat it like, I remember when Women Evolve started, I literally went, I don't even know if they will remember this, but there was a company called, it was a chocolate company. I forgot what it was called. This was my first ever sponsor.
Okay.
At
local
the time,
company.
local company.
Okay.
Kalahari Chocolates or something.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Thank God for them.
Yeah.
So I remember I went to them, and I at the time I had no proposal. I mean, now I have proposals and stuff to show. I have things to show corporates and people to, this is what I have, this is what I've done. I get. But at the time I had nothing. Like I had absolutely nothing. Just a small profile, who is Boineelo, what is she about, and When I walked into the offices and I said, Dumela, introduced myself, I have this event, a women empowerment event called Women Evolve. We're launching Ghana, so I need your support. Okay, obviously I get it's a chocolate company. So I'm like, women love chocolate. So if you can please, I think the event nearly for about 40 or 50 people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just asked for them. I'm like, if you can just sponsor us with like 50 chocolates for the women. Guess what? They said yes right on the spot. Wow. They didn't give me the run around to say, no, give us a week to think about it. They literally gave me a yes immediately. And they even went above and beyond what I had asked for. All I asked for was 50 chocolates. I got more than that, and they were personalized. Wow. With the Women Evolve logo on them. They even went to an extent of asking me, do you have a theme color for this event? And I said, we gave pastels, your pinks and your what. Those chocolates were in the theme colors, So I just wanted to put it out there. I really believe in also working hard for what you do. Like, there's a lot of hard work that goes into making things meaningful and beautiful, for lack of a better word. You need to work hard. You need to put in the work. You need to find the right community of people. I will always vouch for community. I mean, right now, at the time when it started, I was, like I mentioned, I was alone, but I had people in there that supported, you know. Hi, guys, there's a who's gonna help me carry the goodie bags? We have goodie bags. I know I have someone to do that. Guys, we need to get balloons. Can you please get me? Always have people in your corner
to do it. Yeah.
And then now, like, obviously, because it grew, or it keeps growing, and there's a lot of as the capacity grows, I also need to increase my capacity. To say, listen, I need to grow a team that will work towards, you know, this dream and making it.
Yeah. Part of, you know, building that brand, I believe, has been the guests that you've brought in, and people that you've brought in. There's a lot of you know, great people in Botswana. I've seen you bring people from outside. My personal favorite is Nicolette Mashile. She's my financial crush. So, so how important is it to align to certain brands? I'll call those people brands. You know, in order to grow your brand.
Yes.
Who you associate with? How important is that?
Oh, 100%. It's one of the key things that I've always, you know, ensured with, you know, planning and organizing this Women Evolve or growing the brand is associating ourselves with already established brands. We've had Nicolette Mashile, we've had a whole Connie Ferguson, we've had Boineelo Palai, we've had, and we do it. We're not only doing it for fun. We're strategic in our alignment with these, you know, big brands. You know, because this is where we foresee ourselves in the near future. You know, God willing. I think
you are there.
God willing.
Yeah.
You know, we want to so how you want to always associate yourself with people that are already up there, that have already established, you know, brands for themselves. So I think that's always been our strategy, and it's really worked for us. It's really worked for us. We've learned it. It's helped us grow also, and see how people treat their brands in other countries. You know, how you can only go so far. How we to the balona, but even in Botswana, we really have amazing people that have built people, you know, brands for themselves, and we also look up to them. We associate ourselves with them. We connect with them, just to learn and to see how do we grow our brands even beyond the four corners of Botswana.
Absolutely.
What the Women Evolve South Africa.
I see why there's a reason why it's BW. I guess it's gonna go into other countries. But how is it working with high profile people? Are they down to earth generally? Are they, you know, let me not use this word, but how is it working with them? I've heard of a story where Bonang.
Wow.
Bonang Mateba went to there was an event in Namibia, something like that, and then, you know, she returned. I don't know if it's at the airport or at the hotel because something was not done right, and, you know, I felt like, you know, of course you're a brand, you want certain things to be done a certain way, but sometimes, you know, like, you're working in fear, you're working with these people, but the ones that you've worked with, how has it been?
I mean, I've been blessed to have the most amazing people ever. Okay. Like, I think also, I will definitely say, not before, I'm very scrutinize a tota when I pick my speakers. Even for people like our local speakers, I really check and I do my research and I ensure. My prayer is always, God, I don't want to bring people on my Women Evolve platform by Langora that are going to break other women, are going to crush other women. I just want people that will
build,
you know, people that will edify the women that come here. I have women travel as far as Orapa, as far as Maung to attend my event. So I don't want someone that has sacrificed that much to attend my event to come and be discouraged by a woman who feels like she's
has
better
her own issues.
than them.
Yeah.
So I've God really honored me in that aspect to give me amazing women who have the same heart as I do. Amazing women. With Connie Ferguson is such a huge brand. You know, having the faith and the grit and the gut
to call her
and, you know, ask for her to be one of our guests was a huge leap of faith. I didn't doubt in my mind that I'm going to enjoy hosting her here. And that's exactly what I got. She's very homely, she's very warm, she's very kind. Like, I really enjoyed hosting her. Nicolette Mashile is now a very good friend of mine, my sister. Also one of the people that made me enjoy hosting international guests. So that I can't say I've had any bad experience. Boineelo Palai really enjoyed hosting her. I can't, like, there's not one single guest of mine that has given me grief.
Are you planning on speaking as well at their events?
At their events?
Yes. Or similar events? Do you speak? I know you're, you know, part of the work you do is as a lecturer, so I know there you speak. But do you speak as well at events?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I even spoke at my event this year. I was one of the guest speakers this year. I do.
Cool.
Been a guest speaker.
Just before we close, now I just want you to talk about your podcast that's coming, and then you know, planning. You know, I saw already you have a date for next year, and this tells me, you know, and hopefully people out there that, you know, this thing is serious, it's happening. Get ready. Whatever you need to do to prepare, get ready to do that. How important is it to plan well in time for events?
I mean, it hasn't always been like this. Like, our planning would start maybe at the beginning of the year. Like, it's always in May, so we'd start planning in Jan or in December before, you know, the next year. But over the years, I learned there's no such thing as over preparing yourself. So giving yourself enough time to plan, to fumble if you fumble, happily and highly, to fix whatever. You have the luxury of time. But when you plan within a short space of time, you don't have that luxury. Like, how fumble or fumble. There's no going back to say, okay, maybe I can fix that, or I can. Also, the piece that comes with planning in advance, you're not planning an event it's chaotic. It's not easy.
I would imagine. It's not my strong point at all.
It's really not easy. Like, there's a lot of emotions that come into it. There's a lot of people that you're dealing with, you know, the supplier, sponsors, your team, your guests. You need to be different. You need to divide yourself, if I could put it that way.
Different personalities.
You know, different person to different people.
Some of these people are very difficult. They come late. Stuff
so
like that.
It would be. I always advise to prepare yourself well in advance so that you are able to get the results that you want at the end of the day. Like, how shankudisa. Absolutely. But how we deal kanako team building. So I really, like, I'll go back to your nakanya, being a good steward of what you've been given by God. Like, whatever it is that God has placed in your hands. God could have created the world in one day, but He took 7 days. There's a reason why He took 7 days to create. You know, he took his time, you know. So I strongly believe in taking your time to plan and to just plan.
Generally speaking, do you think in Botswana we appreciate events of quality? And I'll tie it to don't you get people complaining about the fees that you have to pay for events? Because I would imagine events are different levels. Sometimes we like nice things, but we don't want to pay for those things. Do you come across those challenges at all, where people want to pay less for something that's not less?
I mean, if you know the value that something is bringing, then you'll pay for it. You know, like if people understand, let me put it this way, if Women Evolve BW has managed to brand itself in a manner that is valuable to the people, they will buy into that vision. They'll buy tickets for that event because they see what there's something from this event. But if it's not, it won't be for everyone. And I know like Women Evolve will not be for mungwe. There's people that prefer other types of events, you know, go vibing, you know, women empowerment. It's not for them, which is okay. Like we've established that mere fact. People that feel like it's a bit expensive don't see the value in it. You know, people that would rather spend money on another event or on another event, they see value on that in that thing. So I think it's really about the value that you have or the value that you bring to people. Hey, ticket 1,000. I'm going what's in it for me? What value are you bringing? If it's something that I think will benefit me, then I will definitely pay it. But if I see nah.
You know, generally more Botswana, we tend to copy a lot. Okay, we tend to copy a lot. If I start a tuck shop today by my yard, I almost always feel like my neighbor is starting because I've started. And when it comes to events, we see a lot of events. I haven't seen an event that looks like yours, but we see events that are always, it's like, even in music, sometimes someone produces a song, a week after a similar song that sounds like it. So I feel like there's a lot of copying more Botswana. Weddings, you know, empowerment, women empowerment events. Do you have that challenge at all when you go around doing your events? Do you see that a lot?
No, I don't. I really don't. I don't have a problem with people going into, you know, I mean, I always say that the pie is
the pie is bigger.
Yes, like, listen, if
everyone can have a
piece of the pie, and I genuinely am a firm believer in that.
You believe in abundance.
There's room. You know, there's room. If you want to open a boutique, for instance, and it's nice and it's selling clothes and you can do it. When okay, no, maybe I don't think I'm passionate about this. Maybe that one may flourish because there's passion behind it. But you know, I feel like it's okay to try out things. So that's in that way you discover what you really like. In that way you discover, okay, no, maybe women empowerment events are really not for me. You know, I mean, when I started just a passion thing, right? Like I didn't mind having these events, but now I've gotten to a point where I'm like,
you were spending a lot to do an event.
To do this kind of event requires a lot of money, and I mean a lot of money. So there's no way. If I was wealthy, like rich, I would just bring people for free and just come
and possibly have events for men as well.
Yes,
and they can come in for free.
So the cost behind these, you know, glamorous or beautiful events, so to say, is a lot. So Tataibile, it's not even, I know it's but it's not even that. Like my dear hearts and I hate the venue, the speaker, the
supplier. No, absolutely. And I think if something is your passion, you're going to continue and continue. But I think a lot of times things fail because I copied it from someone and I thought there's money there, which I think is quite common. More.
I really don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Hey?
No,
Try
I
it.
don't as well, because you never know. You never know why that person is doing that.
Yeah.
And if you feel like it's your thing as well, go on and do it. And everyone will be unique in their own way to have, like you say, the piece of the pie. Tell us a bit about your upcoming podcast, Her Blueprint.
Her
right?
Blueprint.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited for it. Me and the women, we're excited about it. Tell us about it.
So we finally, it was supposed to be launched. It's always been in the pipeline, where we thought, listen, we have this amazing event that happens every year in May, and then we wait for next year May. So for next year May, another gathering. So why not have another thing? How can we diversify this product called Women Evolve? Yeah, we can. How can we diversify it? And then we thought, we brainstorming how we could do like mentorship programs, which are still on the pipeline. How do we diversify? And then we thought, let's do a podcast. And then we planned last year. Like I said, it was supposed to be launched last year, and then things happened. Yeah. But this year, finally, we decided, okay, let's do it. So we started production of Her Blueprint podcast, and it's really about, her blueprint. We're talking about a woman's blueprint,
No, it's specific.
It's
her.
Yes.
Not his and her.
Not his and her. Sorry, guys.
I'm on your
it's
case,
a product
right?
of Women Evolve,
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we will have men on the podcast.
As guests.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We'll have men as guests on the podcast. I mean, that we have nothing against the men.
I
okay?
absolutely agree. I know that.
We have absolutely nothing against the men, so we will definitely bring them on board, just to hear their perspective and how they could support women, in their endeavors and so we will definitely have men. So yes, we have launched our podcast. It will start airing very soon. We've already shot a couple of episodes. We're still shooting more.
Awesome stuff. Bui, while I joke about this a lot, I would like to thank you for the work you are doing on behalf of men. I think you're doing a great work, because such sessions that you have, such conversations that you have, really build people who are going to go on and make impact.
Yeah,
I think it's a beautiful thing to see. Women come up with that. Because if you build a woman, you are building a community.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And I think the work that you are doing really goes beyond, the beautiful dresses that you rock. It really goes beyond that. And it will go a long way. Bless you. It will go a long way. And keep at it. Make sure that this brand doesn't die, doesn't only remain with you. Make sure that there's young ones who will come in and make it even greater.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. I chased, but absolutely made it at the end. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. TTD family, see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.